Join the BBC's news teams where you are. Goodbye.
Hello and welcome to South Today. In tonight's programme, no flood relief yet. There's no end to the waiting game amid predictions of a new surge on the Thames. Those already flooded out of their homes also wait to assess the cost of the damage. And tonight we ask if the insurance industry is ready to deal with the huge number of claims it's set to face from this region alone. Good evening. It's set to be another anxious night for thousands living near flooded rivers in our region. A severe flood warning remains in force for the River Thames. Water levels are again set to rise overnight, and that could lead to fresh problems tomorrow. Emergency services have been at full stretch, dealing with more than 800 flooded homes in communities, including nearly 570 in Abingdon and 120 in Witney. In the next half hour, we'll have reports from across the area, and later in the programme, we'll have the latest from the Environment Agency. We'll hear from insurers dealing with hundreds of claims and those monitoring public health. But first, we cross to Abingdon and our reporter Emma Campbell. Emma.
Well, the mood here in Abingdon is very different to that of last night. It's almost as if the town is beginning to breathe a collective sigh of relief, because the good news here is that although the water levels are still very high, they're not expected to get any higher. Not everyone's escaped, of course. Sadly, around 150 homes in this area have been flooded. Meanwhile, what would be the riverbank behind me is lined with boats. Many of those are occupied full time, and today some of them needed help.
Yeah, stand by. I have them on visual.
Rescue boats bringing help to the stranded. When the river burst its banks in Abingdon, these boats were left marooned, their occupants unable to reach dry land. By today, they were in need of food, water, and in some cases, medical help.
We've taken people out of their homes in our rescue craft in the ribs. Our swiftwater rescue guys have set up safety mechanisms in place to try and safely extricate any elderly, infirm or medically dependent people. And we're taking food and water supplies out to people on boats who are unable to come ashore.
It's been an emotional 24 hours for Fred and Julie Boreham. Their boat is their home and they've had to abandon it.
Very traumatic. The fire brigade asked us if we would like to come off, and we had decided that our lives were paramount. Although the boat is our home, we were more important.
The people of Abingdon have been absolutely incredible. The support and friendliness of all these people. The work done by the emergency services, particularly the fire service lads in the inflatables, has been absolutely outstanding, and a great credit to the service.
These scaffolding poles were brought in by a volunteer to prevent the boats from breaking their moorings and drifting out onto the lake that these fields have become. With the water here already beginning to recede, the danger for these boats was being left quite literally high and dry once the floods have disappeared. These crews are highly trained volunteers. The emergency response team is deployed to disasters all over the world. Their job may be done for today in Abingdon, but their services are likely to be in demand in the days to come. Well, the days to come is very much what people are starting to think about here in Abingdon, because once the water levels have gone down, it's going to take a long time for everything to get back to normal. Joining me now is Steve Bishop from the Vale